Hey, I'm Kylie Mason and I'm here doing the exercise 1 paper chromatography. I guess that's how you say it? Yeah. And this is my lab setup right here. I have everything laid out. And the first thing that I'm going to do is take my filter paper and cut it 14 by 7 centimeters. Now that I have cut my filter paper out to the correct dimensions, I'm going to go in with my 25 milliliter granulated cylinder and put 50 milliliters of distilled water into my 100 milliliter beaker, my glass beaker. And I'm going to do that off camera. This is going to be my first 25 going into my 100 beaker. This is my second 25 going into my 100 milliliter beaker. I'm going in with my table salt now. I'm just going to put an amount in my hand, probably a little over a pinch. So I'm just going to do it with my fingers. With my glove would act right. Go in, just put it into my 50 milliliters of distilled water. Now I'm going to go in with my stirring rod into my 50 milliliters of water and table salt, the pinch of table salt, until the salt dissolves, making it 0.1 NaCl. I'm now going in and drawing a 1 centimeter line horizontal across my already pre-cut filter paper. I'm going to start by adding a little line right here, just so I know where I'm going. And then I'm going to place my ruler so I have a more straight angle. Said it should be barely visible, and it is. Now I'm going along and drawing the 1/2 centimeter marks all the way down my line. I'm going to do the rest off camera now. So now that I have finished drawing my 9 little 1.5 centimeter marks, I'm now going in with my food colorings and I'm going to label those notches now. I'm going to abbreviate like Y5. I have labeled my elements, or not my elements, my food colorings on my sheet now, my filter paper. And now it says to put my safety goggles and gloves on, which I have already done, obviously. And now I'm going to go in and label my pipettes with the names of each food coloring. So I've labeled each of my pipettes with their correct names and everything on them. And I'm noticing that on my lab here, it already has the food dye in it with labels. So I'm going to wait to place it into my well until it has food color in it. So now I'm going to go in with my B1, and it says to put a few drops of my food coloring food dye, so I'm going in with B1. Okay. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do 4, and then I'm just going to place it in the back behind it just so I know which one is which. Now I'm going in with my B2, my blue 2. Gonna do the same thing, 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm just gonna place it in the well behind it. Now I'm going in with my R3, my red 3. Doing the same thing that I've done with my past ones. Oh, I didn't get a lot. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just gonna place it back there like I did with the others. Now I'm gonna go in with my red 40 or 40. Going to do the same thing. Drop 1, 2, 3, 4 into my well, and then put it in. So now I'm gonna go in with my Y5, my yellow 5. Do the same thing. Oh, if I can get some. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now I'm gonna go in with my yellow 6. Same thing again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it is unclear in the instructions if I'm supposed to put the unknown in my well plate or not. So I'm just gonna do it anyway and we will see how that goes. One, 2, 3. And then I'm just gonna put this one. Okay, so now it says to go in with a toothpick and dip it in each individual die that I have and put it. Now in the picture on there, it says to put it on the line, but I was unsure in the instructions given to me before this step on how I should label my numbers, so I kind of messed it up, so I'm gonna put it below it. So I'm gonna start with B1, get a little on my toothpick, and then I'm going to touch it right there. Now I'm going in with my B2, blue 2. Now I'm going with R3, which is red 3. Ooh, very pretty. Now I'm gonna go in with my red 40. Dip, 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 and then touch. Now I'm gonna go in for my yellow 5. Get a little more. Now I'm gonna go in on my yellow 6. Gonna get a little more. Now I'm gonna go in with my unknown. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do it or not, but again, the instructions are a little unclear, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it, and there's no harm in it, I guess. Now that I have finished making the dots on my paper, I'm going to go in with 2 staples on my filter paper to make it go into the cylinder. Now that I have stapled this beauty, it was a struggle, I'm going to go in with my salt and water mixture and just cover the top of my the bottom of my petri dish. I'll do that off camera because it sounds a little difficult. I'm now going to put my filter paper that is in the shape of a cylinder into my petri dish. Now I'm waiting for my filter paper to suck up my solution, my water and salt solution, up into within 2 centimeters from the top. I'm now going to remove my paper, and it says to draw a line of where my water is ended at, so I'm gonna do that, and I just did, and now it says to wait for it to dry. Okay, so it said to remove the staples of my filter paper, so I have done that, and now it says to circle the different colors. So I'm gonna do that off camera real quick. Now I have circled my different colors on here, and it says to upload a picture of that, so I'm gonna do that now. Now I'm gonna go through with a ruler and measure each of my colors here on this paper. And I'm going to do that off camera because that is a lot of measuring. I've gone through and measured the distance with my ruler and my paper, and I have come to find all these answers here. And I really do not think that there is any room for a spot 2 or spot 3 on any of mine, but we will see. I'm on to the next step now. After doing some equations and some work, I have found that the unknown sample here is going to be 1.09.